Also making news today, the city of Perth has introduced female-only parking bays in a CBD car park. The special spots are located close to the entrance and exits. The area also includes upgraded lighting and additional CCTV cameras.
For more on this, we're joined by Nine's Ken Sutcliffe and media commentator Shelley Horton. Ken, men won't be fined if they park in these bays, but they're encouraged to support this trial. What do you reckon?
I like it. I think it's a good idea. Obviously, they'll tweak it a bit. I mean, maybe it's something that operates in the twilight hours, when it's coming on dusk or coming out of early morning, and I think that's okay. And I think the guys will go along with it. If your wife or your girlfriend or whatever's going to a supermarket, I think, or a shopping centre, it gives you an extra comfort to know that, yeah, I've got plenty of lights on, there's cameras all around, and it's operating in the most vulnerable time of the day for us. I like it. It's a good idea.
Yeah, a few people have argued that perhaps they should just light the whole car park properly.
That makes so much more sense. I mean, I am not against this at all, but I think let's take care of everyone's safety. Let's get rid of the druggies that are in the stairwells, which is a particular problem in this car park. Let's improve the security surveillance, all of that stuff. One thing that I thought was interesting is a survey was done a couple of years ago as to part of why women are getting in trouble in car parks, and part of the reason was politeness. So what happens is a woman might go to the lift to go to her car and see a really dodgy guy in the lift, but is too polite to not get in. So isn't that a strange thing that we have that your manners of going, but they're putting themselves at risk.
Yeah.
So isn't that interesting?
Yes.
I've done that myself.
Sure. But
we had
this last week with the pink trams in Melbourne, and the argument that we sort of put up then is like, well, why are we doing this at all? Why are we segregating women to think? I know it's for safety, so I'm not against that, but it almost feels like, well, like Shelley's point is, shouldn't it just, the whole damn thing be safer? Why do we need to make it just for women to be safe?
Well, this is step one. I mean, this is step one. It's something that'll be ongoing. It'll be tweaked as the years or months unfold. And, one of the main aggressors, I mean, it's all right to say, hey, the guys can't park, or we'd ask the guys not to park there in particular hours, is you get some very, very aggressive young women who just bolt in there at 100 miles an hour, park, jump out, like it's their God-given right. Do you restrict it to mums? No, too hard to police. But you ask for a certain amount of behaviour, good behaviour, in getting this little thing going. I like it generally. I think it's a good idea.
Let's move on now. And a Sydney public school's out-of-hours care is so full that parents have been asked to remove their children to make room for others with higher needs. So, Kenny, the school is ditching the first in best dressed approach, and it's left some parents scrambling to find an alternative.
Well, schools were never ever designed to be baby carers. I mean, they just weren't. And that's just the way it is. And this is the big issue, childcare. I mean, my daughter, I see what they have to go through, a working couple. And it's just an ongoing issue. It's something I think it's got ramifications for state governments and federal governments right around the country. So first in, best dressed, that seems the most fair way, but at the same time, you're eliminating other more needy people. And who judges the more needy people? Is it done because of a doctor or a childcare facility? How do you make that assessment?
Yeah, good
Shelley,
question.
where do you stand on this? I mean, parents are in a real scrapper in here.
I just feel so sorry for them. I don't understand how both parents can work and have their kids at school. It is so difficult. I think that the way that you would judge it is like triage. The most needy would be maybe someone who's a single mum who has to work and so doesn't have that extra person for support. But I'm kind of looking at this and going, this has been a problem that's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And just this week, we've released a new $5 note, which was, up to $20 million to produce that. If we put $20 million into after-school care, that's going to help a lot more people than a little bit of fraud issue with a $5 note. I think that we need to think about where our money's going.
Finally, a man has sparked outrage on social media after asking Woolworths to help him find the girl of his dreams. Brock was shopping on the Gold Coast when he saw this mystery girl. His friend posted the photo along with a plea for help from the public to track her down. So he hasn't posted himself, but he has stalked and photographed somebody in a Woolies. If this was you, Shelley, and someone had posted this photo saying, there she is, my radiant light, my heaven, I love her so much.
I would love it.
You would love it.
I would love it. Come on.
You don't think this is a little bit creepy?
I actually think that I'm getting
You're
a little
walking
bit
around
over outraged
You're walking
about
around the
things.
rhubarb,
But
I'm like,
how-
I'm just
how
going
old
to take
is
another
that
photo of that
girl?
lady over there. Just going to upload that to Twitter.
Look, I think that this is actually cute, and the way that his friend has written it is actually quite funny. It's not a really creepy thing. This
But
has happened
Shelley,
to me before.
how old is this girl? She could
we
be
don't
under the
know.
age of 16. She looks quite young to me.
Yeah, and I'm speaking like he's that guy from Sling Blade.
I know. This has happened to me once before. Not a love affair, but I was on a bit of a health kick. And then late one night, someone photographed me leaving Hungry Jack's.
Stop it.
I'd like to grab that girl's fries.
So
What do you reckon, Kenny, on this?
This started in Woolworths, did it?
Yeah.
But Woolworths weren't complicit with it, were they?
Woolworths replied. So it was on the Woolworths Facebook.
Oh,
and they
right.
replied again in a kind of humorous way. Because the guy was saying, well, we were there trying to get the ingredients for a curry. And they're like, you've got to,
Ooh, adds new meaning to fresh food people, doesn't it?
Thank you,
let's
Ken.
leave it there.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Shelley.
guys.
Ahead on Today Extra, Fit for a Princess. Beyonce gives us...